know if I'm live. Am I live over here? Oh, okay. So I'm live on Instagram and Facebook, so my eyes will probably dart back and forth. I am not super popular, so I don't expect a lot of people to watch this live. Plus, it's like 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna be talking to myself for the most part. I've been wanting to do this, or I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time. And as I was sitting here, I was thinking about being on TikTok, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a TikTok video. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go live and talk about some personal things, some personal trauma, and some things that I've been going through. See, I'm not live. Oh, I don't see how this one is working. Is it even working? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to go live on Instagram at the same time, but I don't know if I'm doing it or not. It's not really being clear. But anyways, I've been on this, like, this healing journey, this self-healing journey, and it's been very difficult, and I didn't expect it to be easy, but it has definitely been very trying, very, very, very hard. And this year, is already almost halfway over. It's really ridiculous, but this year has been a different type of hard. Like 2020 was horrible. 2020 was horrible. My 2020 was horrible. But this year has just like really, it's been a different type of hard. It's been like I've been reborn. Like I've been birthed, like I was in the middle of labor. Like I've been in the middle of the birthing process, basically. And it's just very, very interesting, the feeling. Anyways, last year in 2020, on August 30th, 2020, I tried to commit suicide. And I was at the lowest point of my life. Like I felt helpless. I felt nothing, but I felt everything. It was very I was in a very dark place. And, you know, it's sad. It's very sad when you think about it, you know, because you think like, oh, but her daughters, her mom, her family, you know, why would she do that? Because it wasn't about them, you know, it was about me. And it was about how I didn't feel like I was needed here. I felt like maybe I had fulfilled my purpose by bringing my children into the world. You know, I didn't feel like, I didn't feel capable. You know, I felt very defeated. And I wasn't taking care of my mental health. So it was just, everything just hit me out of nowhere. And I thought I was doing okay. You know, like I've been depressed before. I've been, hold on. Baby, let me call you right back. I'm doing something, okay? Let me call you right back, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I guess this isn't working on Instagram. Whatever, maybe it's not supposed to. You know, I've been depressed before, you know, but I'd never gone to the doctor. I wasn't diagnosed with anything. I wasn't given any medication. I didn't do, you know. So you kind of just, you felt it and then you moved on, you know. You felt it and then you moved on. And so at this time in my life, I have a great job, you know, I have a car, you know, I have my kids, I'm enjoying life, you know, I go out, you know, I have help, you know, and it would seem like everything was okay, you know. It would seem like everything was good, right? Everything's good. But whenever I felt like I wanted to express myself, or whenever I wanted to really talk about how I just didn't want to do something, you know, I always felt so obligated, you know, to do things. And you know, I grew up a people pleaser. You know, my mom taught me to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. So I was very respectable. But I can't recall a time where I ever said like no. You know, I'm like, when somebody asked me to do something or asked, you know, I just don't ever recall saying no, unless it's like my mom was telling me no to something and I had to relay that message, basically, you know. So I started to feel very overwhelmed. And in the month of August, a multitude of things happened. But the biggest things that happened that month that kind of really, I guess, broke the camel's back, I fell out really hard with someone who I thought was my friend. And, you know, if you know me personally, I have a handful of friends. I don't make friends. Like, it's not that I can't. It's just I don't care to most times. So all my friends I've known for a very, very, very long time. So this particular person, you know, that I was friends with, I really, really loved her and I really trusted her, you know, and I felt very connected to her, you know. I guess to the point where, you know, sometimes you don't read like the signs, you don't pay attention to like red flags or things like that or whatever. But anyways, I don't want to talk too deep about that, but that was a loss for me. I grieved that relationship very. Sorry. So this is a part of my healing process for myself, you know. It's not about me telling everybody my business. It's truly because I want to be a beacon of light for people. And, you know, I'm changing, you know, my social media to really share more positive things and to be more positive, and you know, because I am literally manifesting the life that I want as I speak, you know. So I want to share that with people. And, you know, I started my readings last year, but I ended up just stopping because I still felt very restricted, and I couldn't read the way that I should have been able to. So I stopped. And something's just been telling me, you know, you need to tell what happened, you know, because not even some of my closest family that I feel is close, you know, doesn't know that I tried to kill myself. So it's felt very heavy, you know. It felt very heavy because I'm trying to heal, you know, and move on and remain, I guess, in a good mental state. I don't know, you know. And it's just been very, I've actually been doing a great job, but there's those moments where you just feel heavy and you feel like there's something that's not, like I don't feel like I've made it just yet, you know, like I'm making progress, but something's holding me back. And I feel like this is a part of it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the video up because, you know, history. Anyway, so yes, the loss of that friendship. And then on August 28th, 2020, I read that Chadwick Boseman had died. And you would think, you know, why would that be, you know, a straw that breaks the camel's back? Why would that be something that, you know, really hurts you or affects you? I can't even explain to you why. I mean, maybe you can understand, you know, if you're me and I'm you and we are we, then maybe you can understand. Chadwick Boseman, like, I was devastated. Like, I was broke. Like, I cried. When I tell you I cried, I like deep soul pain, hurt, cried on my toilet talking to my mom. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. But he just meant so much to me, and I didn't even realize it until then. Like, it was just the saddest thing. It was just this, like, I hadn't even cried this hard since I lost my Aunt Boopie, okay? And if you was at my Aunt Boopie funeral, I have, like, that's how hard I was crying. Like, he was someone who I grew up with, or that I lived with, or that I loved, and he was. You know, like, I don't know, I connect with people like that, so it was just very difficult for me. And 2 days later is when I tried to commit suicide. So that is what led up to that. And obviously a slew of other things. a slew of other incidents, years of unpacked trauma, years of molestation, sexual abuse, years of living a different life than your own sibling, even with the same parents, living in the same house. Years of feeling so much pressure to be great. So much pressure to be great that it gets to a point where you don't want to do anything at all because you're afraid to fail, because it's not perfect. It's really hard to have these type of conversations with family, like face to face, because they're not going to know your experience. They're not going to feel your experience. They're only going to know from their point of view, like, well, this is how I felt, and this is what I said, this is how I treated you, but you're not living my experience. I was found and taken to the hospital. I spent 3 days in this behavioral health hospital, and I begged to leave. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna go crazy. I hated it. And I just felt like I just have to get out. Like, I don't know why I'm here. Sorry. Can I just go? And to this day, my family, we haven't really even talked about it. We haven't even really talked about it. I think my mom, asked me why, maybe, but it was kind of just like, okay, well, Jocelyn's back home, back to the normal life. Listen to what I'm saying. Like, I was about to get a promotion. I literally was this close. The job was basically mine. And I tried to kill myself. I was making so much money. Single. Don't have an issue getting a man ever. Don't care how big or small. It doesn't matter. I have my beautiful babies. My sister just had a baby. My grandmother is still here. My mom. Everything isn't perfect, but we're making it work. We're living. I tell you, always check on your happy friends, is what they say. Check on the ones that are always smiling. Check on the ones where everything is okay, where everything is all right. Check on those friends. Because not everybody's crying all the time. Not everybody shows their depression in the same way. I worked sometimes 13, 14-hour days. Like, I worked my ass off. Mind you, for a company who don't give a shit about you. I wanted to be in a relationship, but I had been resolved to be like, it doesn't matter to me, you know, because no one's giving me what I want. Nobody's giving me what I need. I'm always too intense. I love too hard. I give too much, you know. I'm like, So I was okay with not being in a relationship. It was okay with me. So why wasn't I happy? Like, what? Why am I not happy? Like, why isn't this enough? You know, like, why isn't this enough? Why do I feel so unfulfilled? Why do I feel so empty? Why do I feel like I'm living outside? Like, this is not even my life. Like, what is happening to me? I was drowning. I can't even believe that I did that, you know? I felt so ashamed. I felt so embarrassed. I didn't want to talk about it, you know? I don't want to talk about it. I don't. Like, it just never happened. Like, let's forget about it. And that's, you know, it didn't really work at first, you know? I think I stayed in bed for like 3 weeks straight. I did not do anything. I did not comb my hair. I barely took showers. I barely ate. Or maybe I ate, and that's how I gained so much fucking weight. I was just not happy. I binged watched, meaning it was the only thing that I watched. Listen to what I'm saying. It was the only thing that I watched for 3 months straight. Top Chef. I binge watched 16 seasons of Top Chef. I was depressed. I was miserable. But this was my happy place, Top Chef. That was my happy place. Like, I just fell in love. It was horrible. Only, like, barely, no black people won. It didn't matter. I watched it. I got up one day at the end of September and, you know, I made my best friend cut my hair off. And I said, you know what? We're going to get up and we're going to do things. And that's when I first got on TikTok and I started doing TikTok videos. And then I started my Lotus Speaks series and I started doing that. So you can go back to my Instagram because I was not on Instagram for about 6 months. And I got back on Instagram at that moment. I started posting and, you know, that's what I was doing. I started doing my readings. I started just being more active, you know, and I felt happy. You know, I think they had put me on Zoloft. So I was taking that, you know, and I'm thinking, well, I guess maybe that's the reason why I started to get up and do things. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Anyways. My mom came to me and she said, you need to get help. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, I'm thinking that I'm good, you know, I'm doing things, I'm active, I'm up, so started looking for a job, because obviously I just abandoned my job, basically. Like, I was, because I had issues with them already, and, I was over it. So I wasn't working. Like I said, I binge watched Top Chef for 3 months. So it was like September, October, and then, 2 months. And then November is when my mom came to me and said that I should get help. She asked me if it was okay if one of her friends came and talked to me. She said that her friend had came to the apartment for some reason, and when she looked at me, that she could see that I was in pain, and I never met this lady before. She's like, when she looked at you, she could see how much pain you're in. So I'm like, sure, whatever. So, she came to talk to me. It was just me and her. And, she's related. She related to me about some things in her own life, and I don't know, just as we were talking, a lot of things started coming to me, that kind of like, I guess, were like breaking through. And I just broke down. Because I'm like, man, it's like, you are really fucked up, right? And that's how I felt. I felt like a statistic, like, like people, especially Black women, we bury our trauma, we suppress our trauma, we never have anybody to talk to. And we always have to be strong, and we always have to say yes, and we always have to do just because somebody else wants us to do it. And I was just tired. I felt so tired, and of course you can't say you're tired when you're under 50, right? It's like, you're too young to be tired. Well, I was tired, and I didn't want to try anymore. I didn't want to live anymore, I felt like my kids would be better off without me, because I was so depressed. I was always yelling at them, and I was always fussing with them. I was just not happy. So after talking to my mom's friend, I decided to check into a behavioral health rehab center. During this time that I'm depressed and I'm binge watching Top Chef, and when I say I did not watch anything else, I mean that. I was also drinking bottles of tequila, like water. Yeah. So on top of being depressed, not working, not doing pretty much anything, I just I just had no desire to. Completely checked out, in my bed all the time. I was drinking tequila too. It was like necessary I had to get it. Like, I would count, mind I'm not working, so I would find money to buy tequila. So I got checked into a behavioral health rehab center, and I stayed there for 10 days. I was there for 10 days. I got out right before Thanksgiving. It was the best 10 days of my life. Like, you know, it was maybe the best 7. Because the first day and night was very, very hard. I cried I just cried. I'm like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. I want to go home. Like, I just cried and I just cried and I just cried. And I felt so violated, you know, because you have to take all your clothes off and they have to make sure you don't have any weapons. You can't wear a bra with the underwire in it, you know, so now I don't have a bra, you know. They barely let you take like anything. I just felt they wanted me to take my nose ring out. I said, I will leave right now. Like, I didn't even I was pissed at this poor white lady. I'm like, if they're gonna make me take it out, I'm out. Like, no. But she ended up like, okay, but we'll just tell the doctor that we have to surgically remove it. So cool, whatever, thanks. I just felt disgusting. I felt disgusting and I felt crappy. I slept basically the first 2 days consistently, barely ate. I just slept. And I'm like, yo, I was really tired. And then, you know, in order for them to determine a release plan for you, you had to start participating, you know. So I had to start getting up and going to breakfast and start going to groups and different things like that. And when I started to participate, you know, they try to challenge you, not too much, but to really get you to face things. And the biggest thing that we worked on that week was boundaries and triggers. And come to find out, I have some very, very close to me triggers. I guess I was diagnosed with like severe anxiety and depression. I get overwhelming anxiety. Like, anxiety can come at any moment and it can completely overtake me, type thing. You know, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Maybe last year, but I've been doing a lot of work, so this is just a part of my process. It made me face, you know, my triggers and to really start to set boundaries. You know, it was hard for me to stand up to the people in my life, you know, like my mother and my grandmother, even my sister, even though she's younger than me. These are very strong women, very strong personalities, you know, and sometimes I felt very depleted. Like, I don't know if that's the word, but I felt small. You know, because I'm the one that doesn't like confrontation. I'm the one who doesn't like to argue, you know. So I would just let things, you know, be. I'm just like, whatever. But that was starting to really take a toll on me, you know. And I felt myself starting to change, you know. And then now I am being a little more vocal, you know. And of course, to your parents, your grandparents, you're disrespectful if you know, speak against something, or if you feel a certain way, or maybe your tone is off, you know, now you're being disrespectful. So now I can't even express myself as an adult, no longer a child. I can't even express myself as an adult woman. So I feel very, I felt bound and stuck. And no matter, I felt like I had conversations, you know, with my mom. I feel like I did, or I'm like, something's wrong. I don't know what it is, you know, but I don't know. I don't even know what to do. You know, and my mom did tell me to get therapy. Like, you should start going to therapy. I think you should really talk to someone. I don't know. I left out of the hospital and I felt determined. I felt like, okay. Because they really, I had to write it down. I had to talk about it. I had to speak like, this is what happens when this person comes to you. This is what happens when this person says this. This is what happens when I had to face that shit. I had to face it. Because we're constantly holding things in. We're constantly, for me, it's been years of my whole life. Like, you can ask my family, like, I internalize things. I've made it a point to master my emotions, so you won't ever know how I really feel. Because I don't think you can handle it. You can't handle it. Because maybe if I say it this way, you might get upset. Or maybe I'm afraid to disagree with you. You know, maybe I feel like this subject is a little touchy, so I'm not going to say nothing. This is my life constantly. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to argue. I don't want to, well, what if? You know, what if that? Always afraid. I made up in my mind that I needed to move out. I needed to get my own apartment. At this time, I was living with just me and my sister now and our children. But I needed my own space. And because I never, 26 years old, still 26, I haven't even turned 27 yet, so this is all very still recent. 26 years old, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I said, I feel like I need to break away. Who am I? I need to find my identity. I feel like who am I? I don't want to just be my mom's ride or die, you know, and her road dog, you know, and TT's baby or Nana's baby or, you know, Trinity's big sister. I don't want to be none of that. I want it to be me. I didn't want to be Aaron and Eden's mom. You know, these are the things that I've been going through, the thoughts that I've been having. Never having dealt with any of these emotions at all. Not really. I got a job, started working. You know, I started writing more. This is about the time where I was following exactly 1,186 people on Instagram. It took me 3 months. Now, this is from December. So now this is after I got out the hospital. I'm making changes in my life. I started working. I'm doing things. I unfollowed so many people, and it took me a while because Instagram kept blocking me, saying that I'm doing too much. When I tell you that when I did that, I finally just got down to 500 and something people that I'm following, if that. And I did that because the things that I was seeing, the people that I was following, the images that I was allowing in my head and in my mind and in my body, they were affecting me. And we need to get that as well, that the internet, that is energy. Social media, that is energy. So everything that you see, let's talk about it. All the negative videos that we watch starting from porn to people fighting, killing, death, the news. I unfollowed all the news outlets. I just don't do it. And I started focusing on the spiritual pages, the pages that were talking about enlightenment and manifestation. That is what I see every day. There are a few people that I still follow, people that follow me, my family, small other pages, a couple celebrities that I like their vibe. But besides that, I'm following anything that's telling me that money's coming. I'm following anything that's telling me that it's going to be all right. It's all right. You got this, girl. Those are the pages that I'm following. My life is starting to change. I can feel it. I'm on 3 different medications at this point, okay? I'm taking them all. One of them not really, but I'm taking 2 of them. The Zoloft was for to basically change your thought process in a nerve ending type way. Like it basically, it's telling you that it's okay. Even though you feel like it's not okay. And it's not just that it's not okay. It's like this is the end of the world. So this is how deep it is. Like when you're depressed, your depression can get to the point where you're like, oh my God, like there is no hope. This medication gets you to the point where, oh my God, that happened. Okay, all right, it's okay. We're gonna get through. Like that's what this is supposed to do. So, and then I have insomnia. I don't sleep. I stay up all night. So I'm on medication for insomnia, and I'm on medication for this. It's like I feel like a crazy person, right? Did you take your medication today? But I feel better. I feel better though. I did. Oh my God. Like I felt better. And I felt, I was taking care, trying to take care of myself, making sure my hair was cut. I still, I hadn't got like my nails and feet done. Still, I just started like about a month or and a half ago getting my nails and feet done because I hadn't done it. But, I was trying to take care of myself, basically. And now it's time that I'm ready to move. I said, I told my family, like, I want to get my own apartment. We have been talking years about buying a house and us all living together. And that suffocated me. The thought suffocated me. And it's not because I don't love my family. It was just, I need some space. I need distance. Like, I love you guys wholeheartedly, but I feel I couldn't breathe. On top of that, I have vivid dreams. And this part will be just a tad bit emotional. You think I've already been emotional, but my Mbupi, she passed away in 2019. And she hasn't been in my dreams. Ooh, I'm sorry, I just had like a realization. After my Mbupi died, I dreamt about her all the time. Like constantly. And even if I couldn't remember what the dream was about, she was there. Now I have like three dreams. I had like 3 dreams where I can remember, like I could tell you word for word. Seeing her sitting in her chair. And seeing her grow to like this big giant. And seeing her seeing her and not being able to get to her. And I just realized that I haven't dreamt about her. I haven't dreamt about her in a few months. And I can't help but thinking that she was just there to help me, to protect me and to get me through. Because I couldn't talk to her anymore, I couldn't lay my head on her lap. And I couldn't hear her telling me to go back to school, Jocelyn, go back to school. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've been so happy. And some things did happen recently that really, really, really hurt me. But it wouldn't just hurt me, it transformed me. It changed me. And right at that moment, I met my boyfriend. And it was just all these things, started happening. I did a couple months ago, I did the thing, with Neo in the live, and, he gave me an intro to one of my songs that no one has heard yet. And I got my apartment. Oh my God. I started writing, just writing down. I was just manifesting and just writing everything down. And I started to change my thought process. I started to change, I can't allow everybody to penetrate me, And recently my mom, she called me vacant. And she gonna be I keep bringing that up, but I keep bringing that up because I need her to understand that I'm not vacant, but I just cannot allow everything to affect my energy anymore. I cannot afford it, and you cannot afford it. If you want me to be here, I tried to commit suicide. Hello, I had to make a change. I had to change my life. I could not continue to be the same person. I don't eat meat anymore. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm changing. I had to, because I was going to die. I was going to die. And I don't know, I think it's hard for my family to understand because I'm different. I'm different. I don't always want to spend time. No, I don't. And it's not because I don't love you. It's not because I don't want to see you. But sometimes I haven't been able to be by myself ever. And even though I got my own apartment, I have a roommate, so I really wasn't by myself, but it still felt by myself because they're my roommate. It's not my family. I didn't grow up with them. That you know what I'm saying? So this was still my space. So no, I don't want to hang out all the time. No. But now I'm disinterested. I'm not interested in what the family's going through or what's going on with the family, so nobody talks to me about what's going on, and I'm just okay. I don't even know what else to do at this point, because I had to set boundaries. I had to, and my mom has been mad on many a days about my boundaries, but I'm not gonna stop making boundaries because I have to protect me. I can no longer rely on you to protect me like you protected me when I was a child. I'm not a child anymore. And if I want you to stop treating me like a child, I have to start acting like an adult. And so therefore that means that I have to protect myself and I have to put myself as a priority. It is not selfish to think about yourself. It is not selfish to say you don't want to go if you really don't want to go. It is not selfish to say you don't want to do if you really don't want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not to just like be mean to people or to dismiss them or to disrespect them. It's a true, I don't want to do that. And that should be okay. And if it's not, I'm at the point where I'm sorry. Boundaries. I've been trying to, I might be TMI, but I was on, I had the IUD for 5 years. That's the intrauterine device, birth control. I got it after I had Eden. And my 5 years was up this, past December, January. And it was time to take it out. I decided I'm not going to do birth control anymore. I'm out. I'm done with it. Now I've started having like really very harsh, horrible periods every month. So I track my periods every month. I started having horrible cramps. My mood got disgusting, like nasty. Like anything would irritate me. Everything would irritate me, like literally, like I will bite your head off. My cravings are out of control. I feel like crap. So I made a boundary that said, I don't do things this week. Like you have to protect yourself. Like you have to, and protect other people. Like you're going to meet somebody that you probably don't want to meet. I'm trying to protect myself, trying to protect you, and I don't do things this week. No. This is an example of one of my boundaries. Like, I just don't want to. I don't want to help. I don't want to do. Anyways, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot lighter. I was I felt clogged at the beginning of this. I felt very heavy at the beginning of this, and I knew that this is what I needed to do. I knew that it would help someone. Hi, Auntie Jackie. I knew that it would help someone because we don't talk. We don't truly talk to each other. We ask each other how we're doing, but do we really care how we're doing? If you ask me how I'm doing and then I spill my guts to you, is that what you really wanted to hear? Or did you just want to hear, I'm good, how are you? Good, thank you, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have real conversations about mental health. We just sweep it under the rug. What? Why don't we have conversations? Why don't we talk to each other? And maybe if something I say is about you, are you going to try to gaslight me? Are you going to try to turn it on me? So then now I can't trust you with my feelings? Or are you going to truly listen and take into consideration what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the thoughts that I have, and therefore I didn't feel like I was going to receive that, so I keep it in. But I have to, no, not anymore. Not anymore. I'm going to tell you how I feel about you. I'm going to tell you how I feel about your behavior, especially if it's affecting me. I'm not going to be disrespectful to you. I'm not going to call you out your name. And especially if I'm talking to like my mom or my nana, I'm going to try to tiptoe as much as possible. But I have to let you know that I didn't like what you just did. Or I don't like what you just said to me. Or no, you cannot force me to do that. No, I do not want to go. No, I do not want to do that. And that should be okay. It should not be a fight. It should not be a, but I did this for you. It should not be a, but I did that for you. It should be, I respect your boundaries. And this doesn't mean that this is going to be every single time. But if I'm making it very clear, like this is just not where I'm at with it, then that's what I need. I need you to be okay with that. This is what I want for everyone. This is why I'm sharing. Because let me tell you how much peace we would have. And we would allow people just to be who they are. And just be, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be bothered right now. You may not want to be bothered a week from now. It does not mean that you don't love me. It does not mean that I don't love you just because I don't want to talk right now. Maybe it's easier just to not talk than to tell you that your energy is siphoning me so I can't talk. Do you know, do you want to hear that, or do you want to hear my silence? Because hello? We don't pay attention, you know, we to be so caught up in other people's lives than we are of our own, we still don't see. I'm gonna say it again. To be so caught up in other people's lives more than we are our own, and we still don't see the person that we think we know. How does that work? You too busy watching me, but still don't see me. I can only be me. And I'm still changing. I will not claim to have learned everything. I will never claim to be so. I still haven't said, I think I said it one time, I got it in, you know, because I felt like I was deserving of it. But I still am afraid to tell my mom, you know, my name, like I'm grown, you know, because then, well, you know, next thing you know, then you know what happens after that. That parent karma start happening to your ass. And then all type of shit start happening. And it's like, oh, it's because I told my mama I'm grown. So I don't say that. But I really feel like now I'm an adult. Because I cannot rely on you to take responsibility for my actions. And you cannot rely on me to take responsibility for your action. It doesn't matter what I did. It doesn't matter what you did. Your actions. What did you do? Right? I'm not, nope. When I tell you, and y'all don't have to believe me, but I do not judge people anymore. And if a judgmental thought pops in, I rebuke it. Get out. Nope, don't do that. You know why? Because we are all, we're so connected. We're so connected. And just because I may not have done that particular thing that you did doesn't mean that I haven't done something that you probably been like, I wouldn't do that. Do you understand? So if we have that thought process in mind, we should never judge people. We should never judge people. We should never look at somebody with disgust or disdain for something that they chose to do in their life. Especially if it don't have nothing to do with you. You know, I understand when we're family and we're close and, we're not an island. So things that we do affect the people around us. But even still, it was that person's decision. It was that person's choice. But we take it on. We take it on. We take on other people's shit. And this is why we die of stress. Because we're having strokes. And this is why we have anxiety, because we don't know how to deal with our emotions. We don't know how to say that it's too much. We don't know how to talk to people. Come on. Why can't we? I'm supposed to be able to talk. My mom said that I can talk to her about anything. She's told me this my whole life. So why do I feel like if I talk to her that this conversation is not going to go the way I envision it? Why is that? Because even though we say that we can talk to each other about anything, we still somehow end up gaslighting the person that's telling us by twisting it around somehow. I don't even know how. for it to be their fault or something that they did. It's like, I'm telling you that you hurt my feelings. I'm telling you that, whatever, whatever it is that you're telling this person, and for them to not take responsibility for it, to not really look at themselves. That's what we have to do for each other. That's how you mend. And that's how you maintain friendships and relationships with people. And people who have been, it's crazy to me that people who claim to be friends for 20, 30 years still have like this unspoken animosity. Do you ever smell it? Like when you're around people that have been friends for a long time, like they've known each other for a long time, but it just feels like there's something unsaid. Do you understand what do you get it, what I'm saying? It's like, it always feels like somebody has a snarky comment, a little, nice, nasty undercut. Like, that's not friendship to me. Don't talk to me like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know if you guys pay attention, and maybe it's in your own friend groups. We should pay attention to the one that talks to you nice, nasty, okay? She has a problem. We don't talk. We just hold it in, and we just pack it up until one fateful day, the wrong motherfucker say the wrong motherfucking thing. And now we have told everybody's business. We've cussed everyone out. We have dragged them by weaves and nails and hair and whatever. And now we don't know what the fuck to do. Oh, no, maybe now we're on live, telling people's business, calling people out, starting unnecessary drama, going back and forth in the comments with somebody like, well, who does that? Like, I don't do that. I don't have time for that. Like, you are not about to argue with me over the computer. We allow people to take us out of our energy. Did you hear what I said? We allow. Nobody is doing it to us. Nobody is making us do it. You see, that's the thing people don't want to do. We won't take responsibility for our actions. We just want to do what we want to do. And we just want to say what we want to say. And we want to blame it on them. Well, if they hadn't said that, I wouldn't have did this. We allow people to take us. What James Brown said when he walked up in, he said, I'm not going to let y'all take me out myself. And that's what you got to say. I'm not going to allow you to take me out myself. No, because we allow it. We allow it. So the next time, I'm telling y'all, the next time when you feel somebody's getting you, just breathe in, through your nose, out through your mouth, and think about something else. Do you understand? Because why do we do that? Why? I'm at such peace right now, and that whole vacant comment that my mom made, I'm going to use it as an example, probably till the end of time, because if that's what it feels like to not allow other people's drama, other people's energy, other people's shit to infect me and to infect my life, then that's what I will be. Because it's not for me to take it on that way. I need to be able to help from a distance, emotionally, even if I'm in the thick of it. But because we allow other people's emotions to enter us and to penetrate us and to change our mood and to change our mindset, then that problem becomes our problem. But it's not our problem. We're just supposed to help and let them go about their way. Or maybe we're not supposed to help at all. Stop taking on other people's shit. And that's what I've done. I'd be the last one to know anybody's business. I'm not calling people to ask questions, and it's very rare that I'm the mediator of anything. I'm not in nobody's fight. I'm not. Nope. I stay in my lovely apartment that I pay quite a bit of money for and watch my beautiful TV and eat my food. And I'm blessed. And I am grateful every single day. Life is not perfect. Life is not perfect. Things have been happening. Now, I don't want you to think that in my life, nothing's been happening to me. Things have happened to me. Lows have come. Understand? But I'm not allowing it to take me out of myself. I'm not allowing it to take me to a place of where I can't get out. When I was depressed, I probably took a shower once a week, barely. And it's disgusting, but yes, it's the truth. I barely showered. I shower every day. Sometimes twice. You know why? Because it's 150 degrees out here in Arizona. So when you come back in the house, you're sweaty again. It's nasty. So I take another shower. Do you understand? And that some people may be like, oh my God, like I could not see myself not showering every day. Whatever. I was depressed. But it's, for me, that's a win, right? That's a win. Oh my God. I get up out of my bed every day. We take for granted these things. Remember, we think about that. We know when we're at church and we're, somebody didn't get out of bed this morning. It's not just because they're dead. Whew, that was I got chills. Somebody didn't get out of bed this morning, and it's not because they're dead. Maybe dead inside. Maybe so depressed that they can't even think about getting out of bed. They're just like, I can't. Like, if I step out of this bed, my problems are there. That's what my bed was for me. My bed is. See my bed? I protected it with sage, so don't be speaking nothing over my bed, okay? My bed is that is like, if you have like that one place that one place, and y'all know what I mean. I don't even have to go deep. This is my one place. Like, when I'm in my bed, I'm in my bed. Like, there's nothing to talk about. This is my bed, and please don't do that. I get out of my bed that I love so much every day, and I'm up and I'm active and I'm doing something. And I'm definitely taking a shower. And if I couldn't this morning, I will tonight or in the midday when I come back all hot and sweaty. That's a win. That's a win. Woo! Not having to worry constantly about what I'm going to eat. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. It's not about material things, I lost my car when I was in the hospital. Boo-hoo, it's gone. Whatever. But I find where I need to go. I get where I need to go. I was working from home. I don't have to go anywhere. It's really feeling like my life has been weaving itself to fit. It's like, okay, that didn't work. Okay, here we go. There you go. Ooh, pivot. There we go. Ooh, there you go. Like, that's how it feels like my life. I'm like, oh my God. Like, things just happening. Boom. This is happening. Boom. This is happening. Boom. What? Mind you, I could feel it. I could feel it inside of me. I'm like, it's happening. It's happening. Something's happening. I could feel it inside of me. And I'm just like, I gotta get it out. We gotta, come on, something is supposed to happen. Something is supposed to happen. Something big. And it happened. I'm not gonna talk to you about what it was, but just know that it crushed me. It like ripped my heart out of my chest, stomped it, ripped it to pieces, kicked it up the street, sewed it back together and put it back in my heart type devastating things. And I'm like, oh my God, that was it. I'm okay. I'm on a roll. I don't have time for it. I don't. And then I literally manifest the man that I manifested my man. Like, I DM me. I manifested this man. I've been single like for years right now. Okay. And you know, it was very hard for me. It wasn't an easy task. It wasn't an easy task. I was also celibate for 8 months. Okay, this was not an easy task. I'm very sexual, hyper. Like, I love sex. I love to have sex. I love to be touched. I love to kiss. I love all of that. And I wasn't getting none of that. Shh, down. Okay, it was shut down. Factory gone, done. Okay. Situationships dropped here and there. You know, bullshit. So never really a real relationship. Just people filling, place markers. Ooh. Place markers just for the moment. It was good. Thank you. This man came into my life and it has just been, oh my God, what the hell is going on? Change your mindset. Change your environment. Change who you follow on Instagram, who you friends with on Facebook. Change it. I'm telling you. Change it. Get to know yourself. You know, people have an issue with astrology, but I'm going to tell you right now, get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. Astrology is a language. It is not a religion. Okay? For anybody who thinks that, astrology is a language. Get to know yourself in this. Get to know yourself. I am telling you, study your birth chart. Study your birth chart. Find your birth certificate. Find out your time and where. And look up your birth chart. I'm giving y'all free game. Look up your birth chart. Get to know yourself. I started to get to know myself. That's how I can set the proper boundaries. That's how I know what will work for me and what will not work for me. That's not going to work for me because that will trigger this response from me. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to plan your life like that. That's not going to work for me. And not because this particular thing wouldn't necessarily work for me. Like, it's not an issue, that thing, but I know that doing that thing is going to end up me feeling like this, therefore making me respond like this, therefore, so I can't do it. Sorry. And you really don't even have to explain it that deep to the people. You just tell them you don't want to do it. Period. But you've probably explained it to yourself, right? In your head. You're like, and you thought about it. You're like, give me a moment. Let me think. Hold on. Give me a moment. You said, do what? And in your head, you run it through like, how am I going to feel? Because we know, if we really know ourselves, and I assume a lot of people really don't, because we jump into a lot of stuff and we're just like, oh my God, I didn't know that was going to happen. For those who know ourselves, we know that at the end of this task, at the end of this situation, this is how I'm going to feel. We know. And it's so funny how we even tell ourselves. And then we still are like, I'm going to do it anyway. And then we want to blame someone else. We want to blame someone else because we reacted that way. But you knew that you were going to react that way when you agreed to it. You knew that this conversation was going to end this way when you engaged in it. You knew that sleeping with this whatever was going to end up with you having an STD or with you fighting somebody. I don't know. But you knew before you did it. You knew that. We know. We always know. But we do it anyway. And then we blame somebody. No. There's enough of that. Enough of that. This is why our lives don't change in the drastic ways that we feel like it should be changing. Like, even if little things are happening, just because that's just the course of life. Like, if you work really hard at your job and you show that you're good at it, blah, 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 and you take the initiative, you're going to eventually get a promotion. It does not mean that that's destiny. It doesn't mean that that's your end all be all. That just means that you're doing the work right. Right? Okay. So when we get into this, this cycle of doing the same shit over and over and over again, why don't we think maybe I should change what I'm doing? Maybe I should try something different. Maybe I should learn something new. I have this desire to pick up a camera. But I can't do that. I don't have time for that. I have to work. I have too many children. Ugh. I don't have any support. It's just me. So I guess I'm never going to pick up the camera. I'm never going to realize that I'm probably an excellent photographer and this is how I make my money. I no longer have to work at this dead-end job because I'm a photographer now. But I didn't listen to myself when I told myself that I was a photographer. But it's no one else's fault. It's not your job's fault. It's not your family's fault. We are all in a circumstance. We're all in the thick of something right now, all of us. And no one is bigger than the other, no matter how, traumatizing it is for that person in their life right now. Whatever you're going through is valid. And allow yourself to feel that, because what people like to do is to try to downplay and belittle what you're going through just because you're not homeless and on the street. And that is manipulation. And stop allowing the people in your life to do that. Just because this is not what my life is right now doesn't mean that what I'm going through right now is not bad for me right now. This is why we end up with people who are depressed and have anxiety, because we're literally being told that our experiences are not valid, that what we're going through, just because it's not worse, is not bad enough. It's very interesting, isn't it? Stop allowing people to belittle your experiences. And just because you can be in the same situation with somebody doesn't mean that y'all experiences are the same. So again, you want to give somebody else that same respect as well, right? Your experience is not my experience because I am me and you are you. We seem to forget that we're all different people, but somehow I have to respond to it the way that you respond to it. Somehow I have to act the way you act about it, and that's not how that goes. That's not how it should go anyway. But then again, this is how we end up with people who are repressed. This is how we end up with people who are depressed, suppressed, pressed. Do you understand? Because constantly being told that you're not valid, constantly being told that it doesn't know. Like, really? Like, you want to talk about that when there's hungry children on the street? Oh, you were totally dismissing my experience. Are we on the street? So why would do you know what I'm saying? And it's not about not having sympathy or empathy for the people that are in those situations. It's about that's not even what we're talking about right now. So why does that matter? We're talking about this situation right now with me that is affecting me. I'm trying to tell you how it's affecting me, and you're comparing my situation to something obviously much bigger. So now I'm meant to feel like, dang, I shouldn't even have anything to worry about. Like, I shouldn't even be thinking about it. Like, it don't even matter what I feel. So we're just not going to talk about it. Okay, cool. And we move on. I'm done. I felt that word coming. I'm glad that I was able to share my experience. I had a breakthrough. Wow. Right on live. Yeah, I definitely, I feel a lot better. Like, I feel very light, and I'm telling you, this is my last word before I sign off. Try to breathe. Try to relax. Like, just try to breathe. And like really breathe. And not like that shallow thing. Like, Like, really? Does it hurt? Does it feel like you can't, like, ugh, like there's something blocked? Like, y'all need to let it go. Y'all need to talk about it. You need to release it. This is my final word. Stop allowing how the other people are going to feel it don't matter anymore. It don't matter. It don't matter. I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this. And I do hope and pray, and try not to say it in a manipulative way. You got to let people know. I do hope and pray that at the end of this, that our relationship can maintain. But if we are not able to maintain, I will be at peace with that, because I feel free. I feel like I can breathe. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because you're not responsible for the other person's journey. So if they're not in a place in their life where they can handle that information, that's not your fault. Stop taking that on. Stop taking that on. It's not it's not your responsibility to do that. And I'm not talking about dumping all your shit on your children either, like young people. Okay? That's a whole nother life. I'm talking about adults who know what they want, know where they're going or whatever. Don't allow their journey to affect your journey. Get it off your chest. Have the conversation. Let the person know this is how it doesn't matter how old the situation was. I'm telling you, people are friends for 20, 30 years. People are sisters. People are brothers. People are whatever. People are literally people who are close, you think are close, and are holding in situations, experiences, traumas, because they're afraid that they're going to lose that person. If you are telling that person how you feel causes you to lose them, then let them go. Because they just let you know that your experience is invalid to them, and that's not fair. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night or day or whatever. And I'm out.